So rather than bringing the old recipes back, they're new ones. So we started again.
Some dishes take 6 months to get on the menu. Tasting, retweaking, even just starting again. 9 times out of 10 we get them over the line, but it has to work in the kitchen. This next video, Jocky and I will be showing you the evolution of the fat duck.
Working with Heston was one of the most probably formative years of my life, and being head of development all those years ago moulded me to the chef I am today.
Growing up, watching Heston on the telly with my mum after school, to be heading up the kitchen of the Fat Duck, it's a real dream come true.
Welcome to the kitchen here at the Fat Duck.
The dish we're going to show you now is Walk in the Woods. So we're going to start with some mushroom parfait.
We made the shiitake, butter mushrooms.
And then next is going to be some oak truffle butter, a little bit of lovage emulsion, seasoned with Chardonnay vinegar. Last puree is blackberry fluid gel.
These are all elements that you're going to find on the forest floor or growing within the forest. So next up we've got some sauté button mushrooms. We do love the flavour of button mushroom. It's a favourite of the Fat Duck, that flavour profile. Pickled discs of beetroot to accentuate more of that earthiness flavour. And then we have some pickled blackberries, which we can change throughout the season. And another pickled element, girolles.
So we're going to put on the soil now. Pork belly mushroom, garlic, parsley in there, beetroot and truffle crumb.
Next up we're going to have some raw chestnut mushrooms.
We're just going to grate some truffle over the top of that.
Next up we're going to have some greenery. So the forest floor starting to come alive. The baby mizuna, hummus, cress, some nasturtium leaves for pepperiness.
So we're just going to finish the dish with a log made from isomalt, button mushroom powder. Just season the log with a little bit of nasturtium powder. And then a couple of toasted mealworms.
For more of the foliage, we have some pepper leaves and acacia. So now you start to see the forest floor. So here we have Walk in the Woods, and that will be served alongside the centerpiece with the visual and aroma aspect of Walking in the Woods.
So we have the Tonic Of Botanicals, serving it out in the garden today. It's a smoked cumin royale with crispy salsify, lots of different floral notes, some pickled vegetables, and finished with a Jerusalem artichoke ice cream. I'm just going to finish that with a green juice we have, so a really, really fresh tasting dish.
The Michelin star did cause quite a bit of pressure, and it caused pressure in development as well.
You have been very, very open about living with bipolar. Do you feel that's changed your relationship with creativity?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's probably 16 months now that I've been out. We live in France, come over a lot, and what I do, we do tastings. For example, I know a piece of lamb done at 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58 degrees and taste. And that relentless tasting, I've never done so much tasting in my life.
But that's exciting.
When it works, yeah, it's brilliant.
Every chef I know knows some of the pressure that he's been through. Very few of them have, I think, has the full understanding of that.
You have to get on with it, I suppose.
What he illustrates is the toll that maintaining the sorts of standards and the sorts of creativity that he did can make on an individual. It's difficult to know how it affected his early days. I sort of feel that probably that all those energies created by neurodiversity got channeled into this creative drive and this endless exploration and experimentation.
Any advice I would give to chefs that think or know that they have a mental health issue should talk to somebody about it. I think it's really important to get that out. There's a Greek guy called Heraclitus that said, no man puts his leg in the same river twice, for the river is never the same and the man is never the same.
We've got a new fresh head. We've got a super talented team in the kitchen and the front of house. And it's kind of like having their input into that journey.
Hello. It's Christmas time, which means only one thing. We're waiting for Santa. Do you leave anything out for Santa?
Mince pies, cookies, milk,
Anything for Rudolph?
carrot.
Now, these are not simple carrots. We have a 24-carat gold. We are a little bit greedy now because we don't care about Rudolph. We're going to take the carrots all for ourselves. A swirl that will magically turn into a Santa sherry. I said Santa sherry. In fact, we're going to have it all to ourselves. And of course, we must not forget about the mince pies. Now, these are traditional mince pies. Mince pies used to be mince meat, so we have gone back to that tradition. And here you will find Wagyu mince meat, of course, but we also have the fruits that have been infused with a little bit of alcohol. Now, at the top, a little bit of caviar. All you need to do is pick up the pie, have a bite of the pie, and follow that with a sip of the sherry.
I stepped away for about 10 years. But really, the fat duck was always like, felt like home. So it's kind of like a homecoming. So it's like that full circle transition of coming back. Next up, we're going to present to you our Pinot Noir, one of our desserts here at the Fat Duck. And to help me with this is going to be our pastry chef, Sophie McNally.
So first thing I'm going to put on the plate is some strawberry and rose fluid gel. So with the base of this dish, we put different dots, tobacco ganache, black olive, olive oil, and leather essential oil. Cherry PDF. With each bite, you get a mixture of all three.
We imagine how the guest eats it.
A mixed oil that I'm going to pop on here. So this is a mixture of rapeseed oil crumble, crystallized chocolate soil, and some cocoa nibs for a bit of bitterness, some chopped truffle, mushroom powder, and some crystallized rose. Some parmesan for some umami flavor notes.
Part of the inspiration was try and capture the visual appeal of where the grapes grow. And we found out the terroir was a light and dark coloured soil where the grapes grow. We're going to start with the elements of the grape. This is all about the different textures, colours and flavour profiles. A little chocolate ball, which has almond praline, and then it has more of that tobacco ganache. A grape that we've peeled, and we've turned it into a fizzy grape. Strawberries that we've peeled and then macerated in some sugar and long pepper. So it's almost like sweet savoury, but we've got the heat from the long pepper. Gummy, which is flavoured with raspberry. Next got what we call a churro. So it's a dough that we then baked and it's been seasoned with set powder. We then have a little raisin, seasoned with some blue cheese powder. Blackberry flavoured meringue. Then made a sugar ball that we then would place over the top of the raisin. Strawberry sorbet. So we have some leaves. This was made from blackberry puree. And then we have blackberry leaf made into a powder and turned into a crispy leaf. We have some of the grapevine made from pool sugar to give the aesthetics of the bunch of grapes.
Blackberry fluid gel, and we add some Pinot Noir at the end just to sort of give it that final nod to Pinot Noir.
So it's important to note this with this Pinot Noir dessert grape. It was trying to capture the visual appeal of the Pinot Noir grapes, but also have this balance of sweet savoury to not overpower the flavour of the wine.
So from the a la carte, the Pinot Noir.
The goal is to keep with the playful and inventiveness of the Fat Duck.
Heston was exploring both the technical possibilities brought around by modern techniques, but also he was exploring his own taste memories.
My metaphor for excitement was feeling like a kid in a sweet shop. The first bit of accounting you do as a kid is when you go to a sweet shop and you've got 50p in your pocket and you walk in there and you've got to choose, do you want a load of chewy sweets that are cheap, or do you want to go for a big bar of chocolate?
The last course is called Like a Kid in a Sweet Shop. We have commissioned a scale replica of the Fat Duck, reimagined as a 1970s style sweet shop. The entire thing is handcrafted by Mark Healer, but down to the details of each sweet inside each jar is its own individual element. Inside you have these rooms upstairs, which I think is a nice representation of the Fat Duck. Very much inspired by Heston's youth. So you have replicas of toys and games from that era. A science lab, a kitchenette, kind of represents that scientific aspect of the Fat Duck. And then downstairs you have 48 drawers, and then ultimately we get to spend some pocket money, which I think you've behaved yourself today.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Okay, look at the drawers now.
And then just like so, the sweet shop has found you your petit four.
So there's my coat of arms, and the quote on it is "Question everything." Harold McGee brought his book out on food and cooking, and that was in 1984. I bought it in 85. So I started reading about the science of cooking almost at the same time that I started reading about cooking.
The ultimate goal for the Fat Duck is not to perceive it as to be a restaurant. We'd love it to be remembered. We're in the business of emotions.
So Heston, working alongside him and Jocky and driving this restaurant forward, yeah, I couldn't ask for a better job.
The next 30 years for the Fat Duck is all about the Fat Duck never stand still. It's going about taking risks and discovery. That's always going to define us. The future isn't about what's next, it's actually what's actually happening now. We've got no interest in that question of what's happening next. We are doing the next.
We'll keep on lifting the quality up. I think that's the most important thing.
I hope you like the video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe.